Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. We already have two here. We got Pure Heart and we have Kina89. And Pure Heart, thank you for liking and subbing. I really appreciate that. So if you're here and in the chat, I mean, while we're waiting for other people to get here, I could read on your thing real quick. So Pure Heart's wondering what their person's feelings for them are after spending time together on the weekend. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Lilith. Welcome. Okay. So Pure Heart is wondering how her person, or their person, excuse me, feels about them after spending the weekend together. Okay. Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles. There's a little bit of insecurity on their end, but we're going to find out why, as far as what's appropriate for us to talk about on stream, of course. Okay, I see. So for Pure Heart, your person's feeling a little bit insecure because they've been hurt before and they've had relationships end. To them, it felt very unexpected. Like, they're like, what? Everything was going so well. What the hell happened? So they're kind of afraid that that's what's going to happen again with this. And with this Two of Swords, they're just not sure, like, do I, like, actually tell this person how I really feel? Or do I keep it hidden just to be safe? Like, they're just trying to, there's something about, they're trying to protect themselves. So let's just see if there's any advice or any other info there for you. Okay. All right. You can't change a person and you can't make their decisions for them, but what you can continue doing is you're a good influence on them, because there's something about you're able to show them eventually that, like, yeah, you've been hurt before, but not everybody's like this, and you know, sometimes you just have to be with the right person and be the right match and be compatible for it to work out. I think that this person likes you, Pure Heart, but they're really afraid because they've been hurt before. So I hope that was helpful to you. Also, I see we have more people who have joined the stream. Hello and welcome. I haven't streamed in a couple of weeks. I've been very, 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 very busy, but here we are. Let's see who we've got. Oh, thank you to everybody who's here, by the way, and for Lilith and my other moderators. Okay, Rose Blue saying dad fell on Tuesday, hit his forehead, was in bigger hospital, now home. Oh my gosh, I hope your mom and dad are going to be okay. Rose Blue, that sounds really scary. So we're going to just pray for healing and for comfort to send his way, that he will recover very quickly. And then I see your other question here. You plan to visit early April. Okay, so your parents are in their 90s. Oh my goodness, okay. I remember, I think we've looked at this on stream before. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, you were wanting to move in with them to help them out. We can get a look at just kind of how that is going right now, the snapshot with all the energies present while we look at this. So Rose Blue moving in with parents to help look after them. They're both quite independent, but let's see. Will they eventually come around to it? Actually, there's like a little topsy-turvy energy, but I don't see it as anything really bad. It's just one parent's like, yes, let's do this, and the other one's like, oh, I don't know. Like they're not they have to be like convinced that this is for sure what you want to do and your idea, not just they think you're doing this because you feel like you have to, not because you want to. So there's kind of a back and forth between them. No, she does really want to, and you know, it would really help us and we'd really appreciate it. And the other one's like, well, no, but we got to let her have her independence and live her own life. But we have here 6 of Cups, and I heard with this one, well, it would be nice having a kid in the house again, which I think is really funny and really sweet because it's true. A parent never stops being a parent just because the kids are grown. I guess it doesn't really matter how old you and your kids get. I guess you never do stop being a parent and you never stop being their child. So I love that. I love that there's that, well, it would be nice to have to have a kid back at home. And then I think once they realize that you're going to be there to take care of a lot more things than they think that you're going to, you're going to be able to help them with things that one of them doesn't realize they're both independent, but one of them doesn't realize that they need more help than they thought. But once you're there to provide the help, they're like, oh, okay, I'm good. I can relax. I can rest. They're going to be very happy about it. It's just one is trying to convince the other to, go along with it. Okay. Now, before we go into our next bits here, I just wanted to say hello and welcome to the stream. Sharon, thank you and Lilith, thank you for putting all of my links in the chat there. Today we are using the One World Tarot, which was created by Lena Rodriguez and myself alongside June Rifkin and our amazing artist Alexander Filipek. If you like my bracelets, they are from Otter Spirit. Every month on the 1st of the month, they have a new collection that they launch. They have all kinds of really, really beautiful stuff. These ones I'm wearing are not from a particular bundle because I like to mix and match, but we have the green one is their Peridot, whatever, however you want to say that. The white is Howlite, and this lovely brown one is their Golden Tiger's Eye. And I'm really happy with the quality of these of the gems and of the bracelets that they've sent me, and I'm really appreciative. So if you like those, the link is in the description of all my videos and the stream, and I think some of my moderators have already put the link in the chat. It is an affiliate link. I always like to let people know that straight up. However, if you use the code that I've provided, you'll get a discount. So I don't know, it kind of works both ways for us because you get the discount and then I get a small commission, and I think that just helps us both. So, we're also using the Moonology Oracle cards today. And I thought I'd keep it a little bit simpler by just sticking with Tarot and Oracle. And thank you to everybody who has come into the chat. I see a whole bunch new people have joined. It's good to see you all here today. I forgot to do one thing. And I'll be right back. I knew I had forgotten something. Usually I'm not like this early to my streams. They're always scheduled for noon Sundays, but I was like, oh wow, I'm ready like 10 minutes early instead of like 5 seconds beforehand. And I'm like, what am I forgetting? It was my water. But all right, we're good to go. I'm back. I got my shit together, I think, as much as I can. And let's get back into things. Okay. There's a whole bunch of the chat that I've kind of missed here. All right. Kina89 was here very early, and I remember last time, I can't remember if I had a chance to get to you the last stream that we did, so I'll make sure I get your question as well. Hello to Swazdi Ganand, welcome back. And to Imelda. Okay, so Kenai says, I'm still waiting for an answer. Payment from, this is what we've been reading on with you for the last couple streams with your an American client. When do you hear from them? When do you hear from them about payment? And then I see you have, yeah, there was the other chat says, there's a rumor some directors want to pay me, but some other directors insisting not to pay. Okay. I mean, if it was an official contract and, you know, there were documents and you had to sign, like, that just seems really, well, one, I think it's illegal almost everywhere to not pay your employees, even if they're contractors. I'm not an expert though, but that seems like that's just such a shitty thing to do, is to just not pay someone for their work. So hopefully that's not the case, but let's take a look for Kenai 89 regarding payment for that contract. I had one just flip out while I was shuffling. What was that? Okay, King of Cups, we're gonna keep him. And I'm just gonna pull a few more before we actually get looking at our tarot cards. So Spirit with Kenai 89 and payment. Okay, what's happening? I think you'll get paid. I like this. This Eight of Pentacles, this has good energy. This is like reliable. You will be compensated for the work that you're putting in, okay? We have Wheel of Fortune. This is like, this is something that you're meant to have. This was something for whatever reason at this chapter in your life. This is something you're meant to do. And you will be compensated. There's King of Cups. Gender is not totally important here with these court cards. It is the energy present. This is somebody who is compassionate and somebody who has like the emotional intelligence that I'm going to say that certain CEOs and certain like real higher ups there, depending, and it depends, you know, different corporations, different industries, they attract all different kinds of people, right? So I'm just speaking generally, but I know that some CEOs or upper management and stuff don't always have the people skills that they should have. But this is somebody who does have those people skills. They understand not just the legality of paying the people that, you know, you're hiring or whatever to do work for, but just like emotionally, like how that feels. They don't want for you to feel cheated. This is somebody that actually cares about the work that you're doing. So yeah, you will be paid, but let's see if we can get a timing estimate on when, because I know you've been waiting a while. So let's see if we can get a timing estimate on when Kenai 89 might get paid. Okay, I'm not getting like a... I'll show you what I have and then we'll see. Yeah, okay. There's going to be a bit of I'm getting the word shakedown. Like, I don't know if somebody is like purposely trying to scam you. Actually, I don't feel like it's on purpose. It's somebody that was like smart enough to get to the position they're at, but they're just not organized enough to completely like do everything the way they're supposed to. This is somebody that's just not... they're just not like really thinking ahead. They're like, oh, I acted too quickly signing this person on. Well, do you think I can just cancel their contract? Or like, do you think we can just like change it? Because there's something here about the company has financial issues and somebody is like, well, what can we do to like cut corners? And then we have this King of Cups guy that's like, no, we can't cut corners with this person because of, you know, this is the work that he's been putting in. This is what we agreed to, this is what has been outlined in the, whatever, in the contracts and the documents, etc. No, it would be a shitty thing to do if we were to just do that to him now. Yeah, so we got the judgment. This is somebody making an executive decision, being like, well, if you're not going to, then I will pay him out of pocket myself. So whoever this King of Cups figure is, kudos to them. Actually, I think it's a he. Kudos to him. When might you see some payment, transfer into your account from these people? Okay, Temperance. It's not yet. I don't know if they've figured out when they're going to do this. However, this King of Cups figure that I was talking about, they like your work. They want to keep you on like long term, because I'm seeing at least 3 years collaborating together. But that doesn't mean you're waiting 3 years to get paid. I don't know why we're not getting a timing estimate for when you're actually going to see that money. I suppose it's just not, maybe it's just not decided yet. Yeah, but Lover's card, this is somebody that wants to work very, very closely with you. And then you're saying in the chat, so the rumor is true. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Madavi, please refrain from mentioning names if you can help it. If you need to, use like a zodiac sign or something. Okay. So let's, for Kina 89. Info, advice from Spirit, like now, because now what? Where do we go from here? I didn't even pull a card, but I just heard don't hand anything over until you have money in your hand. Okay, here, this is going to sound really weird. Do good work, but don't give your best away just yet to these people with this moon card. It's like keep some of your like this. This is really weird. I don't usually give this advice to people, but don't show them like your full potential just yet, because you don't want that to be taken advantage of. So do a good enough job for now. Don't do too much. Don't give too much of yourself. Don't give the best of yourself until you see some money. And this is also saying with Eight of Cups, excuse me, if you don't like the direction that this is going, and you don't like, maybe if you feel like you're being strung along or there's a constant back and forth, you are allowed to just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing this for you. You are allowed to just leave if you really feel like you need to. However, I do feel that you will eventually get paid for what you're supposed to be doing for them. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you, K99. Hello to Tammy, Tammy, Rinky, Devi, hello. Brenda, welcome. Okay. Eric says lovely nails. Well, thanks. I grew them myself. All right. So Madavi says, so I have a friend, we broke up 4 years ago. It was both of our fault, but now she's back and she's behaved so well. I'm confused. What's her true intention? So the question is, what is her intentions? Okay. And Spirit knows exactly who you're talking about. So we don't need to worry about, names or whatever. I'm going to just refer to this person as your friend slash Madavi's friend. So Spirit, involving Madavi's friend, what is the friend's intentions? This other one kind of stands out to me too, and then I'll show you what we have. First of all, I need water because I have a frog in my throat apparently. Okay. First we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. And then we have luck is on your side. So I think those are really good to start off with. Because that, you know, there's good energy surrounding these cards. There's good, I think there are good intentions here. But we're going to do some tarot cards to just get a little bit more info. So, what is your friend's intentions towards you since you've been apart for a while? Woo! Lived, you know, done your own thing, lived your own lives, learned what you've needed to learn. These ones that fell out, I'm going to put back, but I am going to keep the Temperance that fell out. There was, you had to be apart for a while to do individual healing, which makes sense. That does happen a lot of times with, well, all different kinds of relationships. It can be friendships, family relationships, or romantic relationships. Sometimes you just need a little bit of distance from each other to work yourselves out on your own. But let's see, what else do we have? Whoa, whoa. Okay, all right. Justice. Ooh, we have 4 that fell out. I thought there were 3. We have Justice. So your friend wants, there's something that they want to correct, that they want to make right, it was not, either before it was not right, or something was left unsaid, or, you know, it's like, oh, I really should not have left things on those terms at that time. I need to, closure. I need to provide closure. I need to make this right. Chariot, they do want to move forward with you and like continue life together. Page of Wands and the Star. It seems like over the last few years that you two were apart, nobody really, to them, it was like no one really compared to you. And now I'm I'm getting that, I think it's Sinead O'Connor with that nothing compares. For some reason, that is now playing in my head. They liked other people, you know, they enjoyed getting to know other people, but none of them were as good as you. Something about your relationship with them just hit different. Also with Page of Wands, there's some regular contact. So maybe you and this person are texting a lot, or you're you know, you're chatting a lot. I do just see like written messages, and so that does give me the texting intuitive little ping. But yeah, quite regular contact, whereas maybe the first time around the contact was kind of hit or miss. You're a lot more, I think you're also a little bit more direct with each other, and because of the healing that you guys have separately done, you're able to express yourself. You feel safer expressing your feelings around each other, and like I feel like there's like the passion that you have for each other. And then luck is on your side. Let's clarify that one. So what is the lucky thing that Madavi is going to experience pretty soon? Okay. Well, we have the Tower, and the Tower is not bad, especially in this reading. This is good. This is transformation. Yeah, this is judgment. I'm getting like accountability And I like that you had mentioned in your first, excuse me, in your initial post in the chat that that you're like, yeah, it was both of our fault. So I like that there is that admitting responsibility on both ends. I love seeing that with the judgment. You're able to make decisions confidently, like on your own and together, whereas in the past it may not have been like that. You may not have felt, neither of you may have felt like emotionally safe enough or comfortable enough to be honest like that with each other. Seven of Pentacles. You're going to enjoy the benefits of all of the really hard work, the inner work that you've both put into yourselves during your time apart. So I like this. I think that your person has good intentions with you and the end of the tough cycle. So it's like, okay, you know what? That chapter in our relationship, that's behind us. We've learned and we've grown, and now we can move on to better things. So I'm very happy for you, and I hope things work out, and I hope that your relationship with this person continues to be happy and safe. And yeah, I'm very excited. I love when my viewers get really good messages, good news like that. Okay. Oh, you broke up via text and used to text long distance. Okay. Interesting. Oh, Sherry, don't worry about the name. Like, I know that was a lot of people who are especially new to my streams and stuff. Don't realize that when we do those kind of readings, like I really don't want to know what their name is. I can't remember if I've made that a rule in my chat. If not, I will go back and add that as a rule. But initials, I think, are okay, and a zodiac sign is okay. The point is, Spirit knows exactly who you're talking about. So Sherry was wondering if she needs to wait on her person, T, or give up on him. All right, so let's see. Let's see what Spirit says about that. Hold on or move on? Should Sherry hold on or move on? That one flipped out, but I don't feel like it's the one. This one. Okay, there's show the world the real you. Okay, yeah, I was like, no, I have the advice that, like, okay, the messages are coming in, but no, I should do tarot first. And Spirit's like, no, just share what I've told you to share. So basically with the show the world the real you, put it on the line for him. Hey, this is how I feel about you. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. And this is how long I'm willing to wait. And it seems like you've been waiting a while, since you're now questioning whether you should keep waiting or just let it go. And just lay that on the line for him. Let's do some tarot cards and see. Yeah, because you don't deserve the anxiety that this situation has been causing you. And maybe he's not like purposely doing something wrong, but still you don't need to be like controlled. What is the word I'm looking for? I'm getting the word whim. Like, you're not subject to his whims and his desires and stuff. You don't need to put your life on hold for anybody. But let's see what else we can get for messages. Some advice. How many times has this guy disappointed you? Because, I mean, I have 4 of Cups. It could be literally like 4 times, or you're just feeling kind of disappointed because you're like, okay, well, this is giving situationship vibes. Where it's like, oh, okay, like, can you just be honest with me how you feel about me? Can we not with the whole leading me on thing, or can we not with the hot and cold, you know? because the feeling here is like, I got better things to do. I'm now thinking of, Spirit is giving me a lot of songs today. You know that Madonna song? I think it's called Hung Up. And she's like, I'm tired of waiting on you. I see where you're getting tired of this. So, what's the advice? Should she wait for this dude, or should she just go her own way? And whatever happens, happens. I don't think you need to stick around. And it's not necessarily that he's like a bad person or anything. I don't really get that. It's just you can't fix people. And there's just something that he needs to deal with himself before he is going to be ready for, a relationship, before he's going to be ready for anything like so serious. There's somebody else that's out there for you that Spirit wants you to make yourself available for, emotionally and energetically. And if you're tired of waiting on this guy, you don't have to, you don't owe him anything. Don't wait. It's just causing you it's causing you pain that you don't need. It's causing you stress that you don't need. And, if he misses out, he misses out. There's something better for you in the future. And I think there's someone that it will be better suited to you than this person. Okay? That is what I have for you. I really hope that was helpful. I'm sorry to hear that it's not really working out with this person, but at the same time, you don't have to waste any more of your time. Okay. Samuel, I'm here to inquire about my friends at school. Okay, first of all, Sam, you mentioned school. One of the rules in my chat is that you have to be at least 18 to get a reading. Are you at least 18? Because I know when people say school, sometimes they refer to like high school, and sometimes they refer to college, university as school. Because I'm not comfortable giving readings to anybody who's under the age of 18 or anybody who's not otherwise an adult. But I do really feel for you with your question in the chat, and I would like to address it at least. I just want to make sure. Okay, you're 20. Okay, you're in grad school. Okay, you say you're 25 in grad school. Okay. All right. Why your friends at grad school are excluding you from events and get-togethers. They don't talk to me as much as they used to before. Which really sucks because it's grad school. And like you're saying in your other chat, you're 25, and I'm going to take your word for it. You'd think that by that age, we would have all outgrown the pettiness, But human behavior, human's going to human, I guess. I don't know. But let's look at this. And right away, the first thing that Spirit wants me to tell you is that it's not you. You're not the problem. You're not a problem at all. Okay, we have step out of your comfort zone. And we have faith in your dreams. Are these people like... I don't want to like sound rude saying this, but how encouraging are they really? Like when you're talking about your goals and stuff, because obviously you're all there for the same reason, or you're all there for a similar purpose. So they probably have a lot of the same kind of goals and desires as you, but are they as encouraging to you as you are to them? And I'm just getting from Spirit that, like, I get that word regardless, you are on a good path, and you are doing what is in best alignment for you right now with your education. Spirit saying, like, if you are your only cheerleader, then be your own cheerleader. And then we have with step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to do it alone. And what I mean, and what Spirit wants me to tell you here, is that sometimes it's better to be your own cheerleader and do something on your own than to have the influence of people that don't have your best interest in mind. Maybe they don't understand what your career goals are. Maybe they differ a little from theirs, but you know what your goals are and you know what's going to be right for you and good for you. And Spirit saying you keep going with that. Don't get distracted by what other people's opinions are, because opinions do not equal expertise, not all the time. And why are they being like this? It's not you. Why are they being like this? Like, who the hell has time for that at age 25? And what's some advice? Ooh, okay. Okay, there's good advice here, though. Now, why are they being like this? For some reason with these individuals, that's all I know. And I don't know why I got that with Eight of Wands, but what I also get with Eight of Wands is that it's easiest. This is like, okay, because it's all they know and it's the way they've acted since grade school, it's the path of least resistance for them. They don't have to challenge their own comfort zones, and they don't have to... these people are a little cowardly in a way, because, like, I think if you don't want to hang out with someone, or, you know, you don't see eye to eye with someone, you don't, just tell them, you know, they should have at least just told you, like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't really invite you to this thing because we actually didn't know if this was something you liked doing. But they should have asked first, hey, we're all going out and doing this activity. I don't know if you're into this or not, but would you like to join? Or like, they just aren't being honest. And for whatever reason, they're acting, because it's easy for them. I mean, honestly, maturing and personal growth and stuff is hard. And that's not, them not doing that is not your fault. And then, of course, there's the typical, well, you know, hurting people hurt other people. And I know that's so cliche, but it's also what's happening here, at least with a couple of these individuals. They have their own pain, and it's kind of like, I don't want to use the word pathetic, because I get why a couple of them are just going along with the crappy behavior. It doesn't make it okay, though. No, I will use the word pathetic, because y'all are adults. You know, in school, and at least in my experience in school, in my class, there was a clique with the popular girls, and there was like two, you know, ringleaders of the real queen bee, mean types, and then there was one that was sometimes mean, and then the other two in the clique were just kind of they just went along with what the other girls were doing, because they knew if they didn't want to get bullied, they had to go along with what the bullies were doing. It's that same vibe. It's that same energy. It's very immature. Brenda is right. But again, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. I have good news here, because the World card is saying you will find your fit. You will. Yes, Hillary, minions. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, Samuel, you will find your place. You will find a better group of friends. Now, some advice for you. Okay, whoop, yeeting my cards across the room. The Hermit. If you got to be alone for a little while, do it alone. Because like I said, you being on your own and your own best positive influence, your own cheerleader, is better than being around people who are not genuinely kind. We have Five of Swords. This is cut your losses. You're right. I love your comment, but you're getting too old for this crap, and you're right. There's just nobody has time for this at any age, really. Nobody has time for this, and so you're just letting this go. You're like, you know what? If they stop inviting you to places, then they stop inviting you. You stop texting them first, and you stop making plans. If they stop contacting you, that's the garbage taking itself out. The Lover's card, this is a promise from Spirit that you will find somebody that you will become very close with. That now I don't know if you're single or in a relationship or not, but I just see this as like friendship love. You will find new friends. You will find friends who genuinely love you and like you, and are not just your friends because of the close proximity that you're in. You will find new friends. It will be okay. They have their own issues. You know what? It's not your circus, and they are not your clowns. So I hope that was helpful to you. Deb is wondering, does Spirit have a message regarding your job? Oh yeah, I kind of remember we did read on this a little bit last stream, I think. So I hope things are going well in that area for you. But yeah, let's see what Spirit has for advice for you. Okay, and then Tammy, I see your question. I'm very selective on those kind of questions, but we can I'll acknowledge this after, okay? Oh, you got ghosted? Oh, I'm so sorry, Deb. Okay. Yeah, job advice for Deb. Let's see. I did not shuffle those as well as I thought. I'm going to reshuffle these. I do have my living room windows open, so if you're hearing traffic noises and stuff, and if it's disruptive, just let me know. And then Rinky, Debbie, I see you asked a question. I get to whatever questions I get to in the chat, okay? I'll do the best that I can, not to miss anyone, but you'll just have to understand that sometimes it's just the way it goes around here. You can repeat your question once, though. Okay, so for Deb, we have your dreams need a practical plan. Didn't we get this one for you last time? I can't remember. But you got your dreams need a practical plan, and then but the energy is gaining momentum. Something is manifesting. Whoa, but there is like one more piece of inspired action I think that you need to take, and so we're going to pull cards and see what that is. What is the inspired action she needs to do, Spirit? Yeah, the place that ghosted you wasn't. I'm just kidding. They weren't really. I'm gonna say they weren't meant for you, because if I remember correctly, in the last reading we did, I remember I did get something about you would find like a really good environment. It would be a good place to work. But this place that has ghosted you, I just don't think it was it. But it could be something like in the same kind of industry. So let's see. Okay, first of all, Eight of Pentacles. There's something here about, you keep plodding along. I did hear apply again. And then if you still hear nothing, I'm getting here with our Three of Swords, like you still hear nothing in 3 weeks, then abandon, like then just don't bother with that company again. Um, what else do we need to do here, Spirit? Because I have the Hierophant, and there's some kind of really, like, there's good, I want to say promising energy with Hierophant. I'm going to clarify it. What about this Hierophant? Something about, like, education. So does that mean she's going back to school, or does this mean it's in, like, an educational or post-secondary type environment? What's going on here, Spirit? Higher education. So I don't remember. I don't remember what industry you worked in, but I do see something about you have success in like a higher education field. And then the World card, where again I get this feeling of like you finding your fit. And it's not education as in like elementary or junior high or anything like that. It's like college, because I keep getting academic. Food safety, I'm in compliance. Interesting. But I keep getting like an academic, like a college or university environment in which you have a lot better luck. And I mean, there are lots of different roles, that you could, play in an industry like that. It doesn't mean you become necessarily a prof or an advisor or anything. I feel like you are still using the skills that you have. What other info can we get here, Spirit? And I love that the energy is gaining momentum, because this is Spirit being like, don't give up on like this dream that you have of finding your right fit and finding this really good place to work. What's some more advice here then, Spirit? Okay, cool. It's just it's like a movie almost. Seven of Cups, it's like just when you're about to just throw your hands up and be like, ugh, I give up, I quit, I don't know what to do. When you're in this moment of like real confusion and you kind of just go, you know what, Spirit, like I surrender. There's this surrendering moment. It's just when you're about to give up. You're about to have like, it's that part of the movie where the hero is about to like have that breakdown and be like, what is this? Like, why am I going through this? What is the point of this? And then all of a sudden there's like a little, like a message of hope, or, like there's a small, and it's a Page of Cups. It's a small encouragement. It's like gentle prodding from someone. Well, have you tried this? Or it's, I also am seeing like a job that is maybe just being posted, like the job ads or whatever, just being posted, or it's posted, but it's not in like a big obvious way. It's something, there's something just more subtle about how you hear about this next workplace. And then we have the Magician, where it's like you get your power back and you're like, okay, I got this hope, I've got this like encouragement now. It's like, okay, now the energy is really moving. You will still be able to manifest this dream job. Bottom of the deck, I have the 10 of Pentacles. I'm getting it's a kind of a play on words. Sometimes Spirit does give this to me. It's tenure, Tenure, but I'm also getting like 10 years. So this next, like this place that's best for you, where you're going, this is long term. You have the potential to be there for should be for the rest of your working career, should you choose. That's what I'm getting. Tenure. Anything else to wrap up Deb's reading with, Spirit? Okay, all right. Well, Spirits, this is actually, you've been around my channel enough. I'm gonna say, well, this might be silly, but that's usually the way we run around here. Spirit's telling me to tell you, think of Star Wars, okay? Specifically episode 4, A New Hope. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but also spoilers for a movie that's like 48, 49 years old now. You know, Luke meets Obi-Wan and he's being given this opportunity to go study the Force and stuff, but then Luke is like, no, I can't do that. Like I have to be home with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. I have to help with the harvest. I have to, you know, there's this stuff I have to do because you know, inside he's like, oh, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not ready for this. He returns to the farm to find that Owen and Beru have been barbecued, more or less, by the stormtroopers or whatever, and everything is lost. The farm's burned down. His family is burned down. Everything, and there's that crisis moment of, oh my God, what do I do? It's this kind of moment, right? And then there's that prodding again, like from Obi-Wan, you know, well, come with me, we're gonna go to Alderaan. And then we see how the rest of the series plays out from that point. It's that kind of energy. You're in that part of the hero's journey of storytelling. You know, if that makes sense? Things look a little dark right now, but you don't, it's not time to just give up because the big development is just around the corner. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And then Tammy, I said I did want, oh, only daughter, thanks for your super chat, I appreciate it. And then Tammy, I did want to acknowledge your thing because you were mentioning a family member. It was, I think if I remember correctly, you said your stepdad, your step-parent. And how, yeah, he has some late-stage cancer. You're worried about him thinking about crossing over. Is he at peace with what will happen? That's something, why not talk to him about it? I mean, I get why. I mean, on the surface, that's not an easy conversation to have. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to consider their own mortality, and nobody wants to consider the mortality of their loved ones. I totally get that. But I have the feeling that he might be relieved if you maybe just had that conversation with him, ask him about how he's feeling, because clearly, like, he knows if it's terminal. He already knows this, and it's on his mind, the transitioning. But yeah, like, I'm just getting like, talk to him about it. But then I'm gonna just pull some tarot cards and just get Spirit to give some advice to you. Is there anything you could or should do about, you know, this circumstance? Is there anything for you to know or for you to consider or to try in regards to your stepdad and his health situation? And again, I'm very sorry to hear about his illness and how it's progressed so far. And I am still praying for peace of mind for you and your family, and peace and comfort for him as well. But let's just get some advice for you. Remembering that he will not be bound by the limits of an earthly body and the limits of what this sickness has taken away from him. Now, I did say something about, like, you know, the difficult conversation nobody really wants to have, but at the same time, it's okay to mix in some lighthearted conversation and talking about your good memories together and some of those, like, funny, you know, those family stories or those times that you feel nostalgic for that you would love to just reminisce on. Okay. And I see with 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords, I see where perhaps your family is already grieving. And that, I know that does happen quite often when you have a loved one who has a long-term illness or a degenerative illness, or, you know, that, or they've been very sick before passing away. You grieve that before they even leave their physical body. He has already grieved this as well. So it's not going to, you talking about it with him is not going to upset him more than everything else he's been through already had. You know what I mean? But just know that once he does leave that physical body, once it's done, and he's no longer trapped. He is free. So have some, there's like, it, I know this sounds really weird, and maybe it sounds contradictory, I don't know. But it's like, also have some hope, because just knowing that pretty soon he won't be struggling. That pretty soon there won't be that pain. There won't be the limitations. I just keep getting that. No more limits, no more limits, no more restrictions, no more drug interactions to worry about, no more pain to worry about, no more, you know, vital sign, no more, just no more sickness. There's no more withering away. And it's just the body that's doing this. His soul is as beautiful and as perfect as it's always been. That life force, that part of all of us that is us. I got 3 of Wands, and I'm sure this is something your family's already doing. It's just Spirit saying, like, just, you know, keep working on your preparations. Perhaps you need to think about, you know, memorial service arrangements or estate stuff. Those things can be very complicated, but yeah, Spirit's just saying, like, it, you know, just keep, this is what you got to do. Just keep doing what you got to do. Temperance. Okay, it's at the point where his physical body cannot heal, but his soul is healing and your family is healing. And he'll be there once he crosses over. He'll still be there to facilitate your healing. That's so sweet, actually. I like, there's just this, I get the image of like a little kid falls down, scrapes their knee, is very sad over it. But dad's there with the washcloth to clean him up, you know, clean you up and put the Band-Aid on and make it all better. And he's saying, like, well, he's saying, I'm just getting this from Spirit, like, this is something he would be saying after the transition, that, like, he's never going to stop looking after you. So, yeah, it's kind of funny to me, in a way, to get this healing card, even though his situation is quite, well, irreversible. But, yeah, his soul, his Spirit's healing, and you will heal, and your family will heal. Yeah, just remembering, like, it's okay. Obviously you're going to be sad. Your family's going to grieve about it. It just means that you loved him a lot, right? And that's okay. Get the help you need to get with the grief and with processing everything that's been going on, and, you know, keep making the arrangements that you need to make. And just remember, though, that once it's done, and he's free. I know that's really hard, though. Like, it's still so sad for everybody who's, you know, still here on Earth and has to, you know, go without seeing that person and hearing them and stuff every day. It is really hard, but that's the advice that Spirit wanted me to share with you. Okay, just looking through the chat. Space Cowboy says they have a question, so put your question in the chat. Oh. Will your future wife be controlling towards you? Are you in a relationship right now? Are you talking about like a future wife, like somebody specific that you already are making plans with? Or are you talking about like a hypothetical future wife? Okay. Oh, hypothetical. Okay. Well, let's see. You know what kind of spouse will Space Cowboy have in the future? What can we know? What can Space Cowboy know about a future spouse? Okay, new romantic cycle begins. So I am getting with that. It's not just a marriage of function, of comfort, of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, utility? No. Convenience. You know, it's a marriage, it's a love match, right? It's not like, in the olden days, marriages were, well, we need to ally this family and this family so that we have, so it benefits us. No, this time it's like you're with somebody, you're going to be with this person because you love each other. And that's like the number one thing that draws you together. So it's not out of obligation, it's because you want to. And then we have it's time to take action. Interesting. Let's clarify that time to take action card. What kind of action is it time for Space Cowboy regarding this particular situation? What do we got? Okay. Oh, okay. Thinking about, because I know you said wife, excuse me, so I am going to take the gender on this card at face value with Queen of Swords. So first of all, it's like, think about what traits do you look for in a wife? What would you like? What kind of personality, do you get along with best? What kind of people do you just feel most comfortable with and most at home with? What are you willing to put up with? What are you willing to, allow? And then where do you draw the line? And then there's also working on you being your best self, your favorite self. I'm getting being your favorite version of yourself in the meantime. And now you are asking, is this person going to be controlling? Well, if that's something you're not willing to put up with, if you see the signs of it in a person that you're going on dates with, you will know to let them go, right? You will know, well, that's not what I want. So that's not, I just can't continue this with you. And then it's like, okay, thank you, next. But what is the temperament of your future wife going to be? Level-headed, gentle with our temperance, soothing. She'll have a very soothing presence on your soul. Controlling? Is she? No, not necessarily. She's assertive. She'll be assertive. But that's not the same as controlling. You'll be with somebody who's very secure in who she is and is very confident in who she is, somebody who knows herself and knows what she wants and is able to, if she wants something, she goes and gets it. If she wants to do something, she will do it and make it happen. But she will encourage you to do the same thing for yourself. She will encourage you to be assertive and to stand up for yourself, just as she has learned to do for herself. This is somebody who I think, with our moon card, has been through some kind of dark stuff in the past, lisping apparently, in the past. But okay, something about path. I guess that was part of her path. And it's one of those things where she will treat you well because she knows what it's like to not be treated well. And she doesn't want other people to feel what she felt in the past. Anything else that we can know about her? Oh, you'll have a very, very good love connection. This will be genuinely happy. She's not going to be bossy, mean, controlling. She's assertive. She knows what she wants. She stands up for herself and she has strong boundaries. And those are, I think, all very good characteristics for a person to have. I don't see you being with anybody that's going to harm you or control you, because you're going to get to the point where you recognize those traits in somebody, and you recognize the red flags, and your intuition will tell you, you know, something is not sitting right about this lady. You know what? We're just not going to call her back. And then you end up meeting somebody that's like, oh my God, wow, she is the one. And your gut feeling is like, dude, go, like, get her. Like, she's yours. Like, she will be the one you love. You know what I mean? Woo! Yeah, I love knowing that it's somebody who's gentle and sweet. But you don't, she's gentle and sweet, and but you don't mess with her because she's protective too. So I'm very happy for you with that. So it's going to be okay. You will be with somebody that loves you and genuinely cares about you and wants the best for you. Okay. And then Rinky's saying, my recruitment process is a bit stuck and on hold. Can I know when I get my recruitment result? Okay. Let's see. Let's get some info on that. Woo! Well, there's working, so I'm guessing it's job recruitment. I'm assuming that because this Eight of Pentacles, I usually get this as like full-time job. Excuse me, hiccups, wow. I usually get, yeah, this is like full-time job energy / full-time income. So that's good to know. There will be a job. This Two of Pentacles came flying out. We're going to keep that. We're going to just pull one more and see what that Two of Pentacles is all about. Because I'm seeing something about maybe for a little bit, you end up kind of doing 2 jobs. So it could be while you're waiting to get to full-time, maybe you are part-time somewhere and then casual elsewhere. And then you end up getting like your full-time schedule. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. We have our aces. Aces are our yeses. That's our confirmation. But let's see when you get the recruitment result that you need. Okay. So if we want to use timing estimates, wands or days, so it could be in the next 10 days, you find that you're going to be placed on a team with our Three of Pentacles. And like I said, this may be something that starts off just part-time. So you may end up, like I said before, doing that, something part-time, then, you know, something else casual, but it's temporary, right? And then eventually you will move into the full-time, because it's like, oh, I'm getting here with this Page of Cups. It's like, well, they're new here, but I really like them, and I hope that they will stay. So there could be something about maybe it's maybe you're taking on a temporary role, and then they want you to come back permanent. So perhaps in the next 10 days you hear something about that. So best of luck to you. I hope that everything works out. That is what I have for you. Okay, yeah. I would absolutely love an update. Let me know what happens. Okay, and then just like I said with you guys before, I do just kind of do the questions. I see what I see in the chat. I read on what I read on. Momita, may I know if S's love for me is true? Okay, let's just do a little quick one. And Spirit knows who you're talking about, so I don't need names or nothing. Does Momita's person genuinely love them? Is S's love for Momita true? Okay, bring love into the situation. Interesting. Because you are good enough. Okay, now we're just going to do some tarot to sort of clarify these. Get just a better picture of what's going on here. Is S's love for Momita true? Okay, Spirit's giving me a lot of context, I think, filling me in quite a bit about your person. I see where your person spent a lot of time on their own because they thought that being alone would protect them. And then we have our Five of Swords where this person was like, you know what? I don't want to be alone anymore. This isn't protecting me. Isolation isn't protecting me. It's actually making me sad. But they took a break, it seems. They took a break from love and relationships for a long time. But they have really good memories with you. They have really good, like the things that, like when you spend time together and talk about, if you knew each other in the past, like they feel nostalgic for that, but also memories that you are creating together right now, they will be nostalgic for in the future. My deck is backwards. What are S's intentions? Woo! Okay, working together to build something together, to build something substantial. And I see it as like building a future, building a relationship and stuff, but also like building, well, I'm hearing something about building a career. We're building a life. We're building a friendship. We're building a foundation together. I don't get any like bad cards or anything here at all. I think they have good intentions. They really want to. Eight of Cups, like they're walking away from what wasn't serving them anymore, this isolation. This is really tough for them to shake, though. They have a very tight comfort zone. And yeah, they are, it's very hard for this person to put themselves out there and make themselves vulnerable in that way again. But Three of Wands, like they're like, well, it seems like baby steps. Because it's like, well, okay, I gotta at least try to put myself out there, but they kind of want, I think they're kind of waiting for confirmation that it's safe for them to take the next step with you. Would this be a good relationship? Momita and S. Would this be a good relationship? I think it will. I think it will. We have Nine of Cups on the bottom. That's security. That's having what you want and having what you need from each other. And then there is, I think it's good because with High Priestess and Eight of Swords. I get like you being together for S, they're going to realize why their other things, their other relationships and stuff, they're going to realize why it didn't work out and why it wasn't meant to work out. And there are just spiritual, I think you help each other with your spiritual awakening. And you help each other with your spiritual development and by learning all of these important truths about your own lives. And then what you learn from that, you apply to your relationship together. And then we get over time, you are reaping the rewards of this hard work, this like self-work of this like spiritual kind of work that you're putting in together. I get like karma, relationship karma kind of vibes here. I'm being reminded of Ram Dass. He talked a lot about that kind of thing. Using our relationships as a vehicle for spiritual awakening and personal and spiritual growth. I think it's one of those things that it's going to be slow and steady, and you'll have to be patient and be okay with the fact that you're going to start off as friends first and let things build slowly. But the fact that it's being built up slowly and over time, like there's something about that gives you a stronger foundation together. So they like you, they have good intentions, they're just very, very cautious because they've been hurt in the past, and that has nothing to do with you. Okay. Hello, Jeff, welcome. And Impedance, welcome. I see a lot of new usernames and new viewers here. I'm really happy. May is asking if M will come back to reconcile. Let's look at that. Why not? Will M come back to reconcile? And then we'll see what other kind of information Spirit has for you, May. Will M come back to reconcile with May? Sorry, I just heard there's little chipmunks and little squirrels outside my window I can hear. And all I hear is their little chirping. It distracted me, but it's so cute. Okay, be bold and make the first move. Okay, so for May, be bold and make the first move. What is the first move, Spirit? What is the first move that May needs to make? That's not what I expected for be bold and make the first move to make is there's like letting this go and moving on and releasing your expectations for M. Releasing the expectation that they will come back and apologize and reconcile. Releasing your expectations that they have changed or that they've grown or matured in some way. There's you speaking your mind. If there's something you need to tell them about the way they made you feel, tell them. That's very important. And then you kind of just release your attachment. But then what, Spirit? Okay, I have Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. I'll show you in just a sec here. Because I have Page of Pentacles. This is like what I'm getting with this one is treat yourself. Eight of Pentacles. This is something you're already doing, but it's like Spirit just encouraging you to keep up the good work with the inner work that you've been doing, the self-love and the self-development that you are doing independently of this M person, okay? But then we have with Four of Wands, peace and harmony and a coming together. Like there's even like a small wedding depicted on this card. So is this with May and M, or is this with May and herself? Or is this with May and somebody else, Spirit? No, I don't think it's with M. I don't think it's going to be with M. Because you're not going to have what you need with them. You're not going to get what you want out of this relationship with them. And it's not, and I'm not saying that they're like a bad person or anything. It's just sometimes people just aren't compatible, and sometimes relationships run their course and you learn the lessons you needed to learn, and then it's time to just continue on. This peace and harmony, it's within, it's interesting. Spirit's showing me a few different things. It's within yourself. It's peace and harmony with like your friendships around you. It's peace and harmony with your family around you, with, and that can be, you know, your household family or your biological family or the family you created, or just the family that you choose. Interesting. When you let this person, this M person, go and you cut the cords, and there's an emotional cord cutting you will need to do, it will open up so much more space. Like your other relationships will improve without the presence of this M person around you. Is there anything else about, well, what can we know? Is there anything that May can know about love for her in the near future? If it's not with M, what can we know? Something that was imbalanced in your relationship with M will be made right. It will be fair in your next major relationship. It's not, if you were to stay with this M person, it would continue to be unbalanced, and there's something that just would continue to be unfair to both of you. So M is not the right person for you, but you will find the right person. And when you, like I said, let go of your expectations towards M and you do the emotional cord cutting, there are a lot of guided meditations that can help you with this. You can do this. There are actually a lot of different ways that you can do this. I like using Reiki, for example, and guided meditation to help with that. But you can also like smudge, you know, yourself with the sage or eucalyptus or whatever you have on hand, or just with the power of your intention. You know, you get into this relaxed state and you're like, I cut the cord between myself and that person. And, you know, I return to them all energy of theirs that does not belong to me. I release all energies that no longer serve me. I release everything that no longer belongs to me. I like to picture the mental image of you're cutting a rope. There's a boat tied to the dock, and sometimes I see it as like a garbage barge. I don't know why. And you're cutting this rope, you're cutting it, and then eventually the rope breaks and the garbage barge floats away off into the sunset. And you're like, no longer my problem. I'm no longer affected. I think I have time for one more. Two more. Let's do two more. Let's do Impedance and Kaylee. And then I'm gonna yeah, we'll do Impedance and Kaylee, and then I'm going to call it there. I am actually very tired today. But I do have quite a bit more time on my hands in the next week or so, so I would love to come back. I don't know if it'll be through live stream or through YouTube Shorts. I'm still working on my series of shorts that I want to do. You guys have helped me come up with so many good names for my outrageous, like, evangelical Southern preacher character. I'm actually going to be using a little bit from like each character that we had in that poll on my community tab on my channel. So that is still something I'm working on. I'm just trying to come up with a good storyline and stuff to start with before I start recording the shorts. But we'll see. I'll be back around here on YouTube in some capacity. So, Impedance. Hope you are doing great, they say. Thank you. I hope you're doing great too. I have a special event next Tuesday next week. Can you give me some messages? Okay. So yeah, let's look at that. Impedance's event on Tuesday that they're going to. What is something that's okay for them to know? Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches fell out. We'll keep that. I'm going to keep that one. So if there's something that has been really stressful lately leading up to this event, that actually makes sense that once the event is over and everything's cleaned up and taken down and everyone's gone home, you're like, oh, like a whole weight has been lifted. So I can understand that. Let's see what else to know about next Tuesday's event for Impedance. Your hard work is paying off. Interesting. These both, I'm not an astrologer. I'm going to say that straight up. I'm not an astrologer. I'd love to learn it, but these both have Capricorn. So the hard work one is new moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle is full moon in Capricorn. So if that's significant to you in any way, especially with some, I don't know, like I said, not an astrologer, but I just found it very interesting that we got two Capricorns right there, new moon and full moon. Yeah, something has definitely come full circle, but it has been a really busy, stressful time. Let's see what else we can know about the event next Tuesday for you. Okay, Emperor, I feel like you're going to, gender is not really important here, but you're going to be feeling very confident about it. You know what you're doing. If you are like in charge of this event, or you have like a major role in making sure things go smoothly, I think it does, because this is the person that, like, you're in the zone. When you get there, you're like, okay, this is what needs to be done. We're going to do this, this, and this. Okay, that's all right. We're going to be right on schedule. Okay, oh, we have to put out this small fire in this one, but that's okay. You got it. You've got it under control. You're going to have help from somebody. There is, it could be someone, if it's a work event, it could be like a colleague or something. But again, with this King of Cups, like, gender is not totally important here. It's somebody that appreciates the work that you're putting in, and they're going to be helping you with something to do with this event, so it becomes a lot less stressful on you. And I'm just getting, like, people will be very appreciative surrounding this event and the kinds of things you'll be doing. So that's nice. It's going to go by very quickly, and I feel like this is in a good way. It's going to go by fast. And what that shows me is that it's uneventful, you know, if that makes sense. Like, it's not, there may, like I mentioned earlier, there may be small fires, small little problems, but it's really not a big deal. And everything goes off really well, like with very few hitches. Then I have the Lovers card. Like, you're going to have, there is a great time here. You are going to love it. Other people who are there are going to love it. There's something I'm getting about networking as well. And that's kind of in like a work way. Because sometimes that Lovers card can be close business relations or very close working relations. It doesn't always have to just be romantic or friendship. So I like that. It's positive. I love the vibe surrounding this event. It's positive, and people are going to be very happy and appreciative. And they're going to feel better for having come to this thing. Anything else to know? Yeah, I got this Magician card. There's something about this event that helps you realize, oh my gosh, I can do anything. Oh, you're saying it's an examination or evaluation, if you know. Okay. But anyways, I do have here, like, afterwards, you're going to be feeling like, yeah, I nailed it. I can do anything. So I'm very happy for you. I'm very excited. This is going to be good for you. You're going to feel so much better once this is done. And all of the work that you've put in leading up to this thing, it's all worth it. And you're going to see that it was worth it, and you're going to see why. So it will be really good for you. And then I'm going to go to our last one of the stream. Kaylee says, what should I do? I've liked this guy for 4 months, and I know he likes me back, but I really don't know what's happening with us this year. Okay. And like I say for everybody, I just want to make sure that you are at least 18 years old or otherwise an adult. You've liked this guy for 4 months and he likes you back. You don't really know what's going to happen with this year. Okay, I had Justice come falling out when I shuffled. So something that you're worried about, like something that's maybe left unknown or unsolved, I'm getting. Something that was left untied or undone will be finished up. It will be made correct. Something will be made balanced. That's good to know. Let's do some oracles, actually. So Kaylee's relationship with this person. Whoop. Time to release negativity. We got that with our, oh, there were two. Time to release negativity and have faith in your dreams. Releasing negativity. I'm getting something about like releasing doubt and again, like this, and like we had that in that a couple readings before where it was they had to release their attachment and their expectations. So there's an attachment and a worry that you are being asked to release. Can we get more info what that's about, Spirit? Is there anything specific she needs to do or anything specific she needs to release? Okay. Something about like distractions and worrying about the short term, because what is meant to happen is what's going to happen with our Ace of Swords. I feel like you and this person are meant to come together. But yeah, you're really worried about like the short term, and it's what I'm getting for you is like just live it out and just one day at a time, just live it out and you just keep going, because there is something to this. Like there's something about like the bigger picture, you're just not seeing it yet. So what else could be really important to release then? I just heard from Spirit, release your doubts, worries, and release your fears that he will be just like the last person. Yeah, because if somebody else left you really, really heartbroken and left, like pulled the rug out from under you is the feeling I get. I can understand if you're worried about someone doing that again. Spirit's asking you to release that fear and to just give this a chance. And then we're going to clarify this. Have faith in your dreams. I'm also hearing you don't have to jump into anything serious right away, because Spirit's like, there's something about don't worry about losing your spot. It is reserved. Something's been reserved for you. Don't worry about taking too long, because the timing is going to be just right. If you have felt in the past pressured by partners to jump in and get serious with them, and then if, whether you were ready or not, and, you said, oh, I'm not ready yet, and then they ghost or they dump you or whatever, like, I know that really hurts. Or you felt like you had to, do something you weren't ready for in the past. You don't have to worry about it with this one. I just keep seeing, like, I'm seeing just the sign that says reserved. I see a parking space that says reserved. I see a seat that says reserved. I see a container. I don't know, it's a silly mental image, but a container in like the work fridge, and it has your name on it and it says reserved. So you're not going to lose something, because this time you don't have to rush. And don't worry about that, because you're not going to lose it, whatever it is. And I think that is this relationship. Faith in your dreams. Okay, what's that all about? Aw, okay. Have faith in your dream of having a healthy and stable relationship. Perhaps if you were used to rushing things, or feeling pressured, or feeling rushed, or used to fighting, like the verbal conflicts and, that kind of thing, if that is what you're used to, don't give up on your dream of having something happy and safe, because that's what Spirit's reserving for you. Happy and safe. Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck now. We have the Hangman. It's okay if it's a bit of a slow start. I remember in your comment, you and this person, you've liked each other for 4 months, and that's quite a short period of time. So it's all right if things progress a little bit slowly at first. Some of the best things do take time, and I see that with the star card. Like this is something that could be really, really good for you. There's really, really amazing potential here for you and this person. Okay. So one day at a time. I'm getting something about, like, they will wait, you will wait for them, they will wait for you. Yeah, reserved. This beautiful, wonderful thing that Spirit wants for you to have, a healthy and safe relationship. They are saving that for you. You will not lose that opportunity. Okay? So that is what I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Thank you to everybody who has joined the stream. I know it was kind of a shorter one today. It's an hour and 38 minutes, and I'm like, oh, it's a shorter one. Normally I stream for about 2 hours, but like I said earlier, I'm actually very tired. I was so busy last week, and then my sleep schedule was, I don't know what the hell my sleep schedule was. It was really wonky. See, I'm tired. I'm putting my oracle cards in my thing and wondering why they're not fitting. But that's okay. That is all right. I am so happy I was able to get back on YouTube, back on to stream with you guys. I finally had time to do that. This is what I love to do. One of the many things I love to do. I am still working on lots of projects. I am going to go and rest, Brenda. I'm going to go wash my makeup off after this and probably have a little nap. And then I'll be, right back at it with my my regular stuff that we do on here. I would love to at some point this week make a pick a card, either a pick a card or a collective message. That's the word I'm looking for. I will be back. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Thank you to the new viewers. Thank you for the returning viewers, and for all the ways in which you support me and my channel. And I'm going to see you again next time, okay? All right.